Hey, Jackson, this show is about helping small business owners use AI to grow their business, right?
Correct.
And so if you stumbled on this show, you're probably wanting to see either the latest AI news or you're wanting to see how you can use AI to improve the profits, grow your business without having to hire too many people or automate something. I built a demo today specifically for contractors that, make additions to homes. If you are somebody that does decks or you remodel kitchens, you're going to really like this thing I built, and I'm going to first show you what it does, and then towards the end of the episode, I'm going to show you how I built it. We're going to actually look at the code and look at the workflow that I took to build this.
But just to make sure here, you don't need to know how to code. You're just fully using AI here.
I didn't manually write any of the code. I used Cursor, which is an AI coding agent, and it essentially turns my requirements, my words, into a piece of software. This built both the front end and the back end so that I could go in and actually manage it. So first, let's talk about what I built. So imagine you are, let's take the remodeler who builds decks. Maybe you specialize in building customized decks. You put decks on homes. So I built this app. It took me about a day to build it. It took more time to go through and fine tune some things. But what I did is I went to Zillow and I got all the homes in Fayetteville, Arkansas that sold for more than $500,000 within the last 6 months. So Zillow has a listing option or a filter option that lets you filter down to recently sold. And so I have all the approved ones that I've already went through, but I'll show you, all the ones. This one doesn't make sense to do it, but here's an example of what I did. So Zillow has these images on it. I downloaded the images to my computer, and then I sent all those images to ChatGPT's image generation model, and I told it to overlay a deck onto the home as if it was making an offer to a homeowner who was interested in a deck to be added to their home. So I added a little demonstration purposes only on these images because they're not going to be perfect. It's an AI mockup, but ideally this would give a homeowner an idea of what their house would look like with a deck. I had it do before and afters and some detail pictures. And so I went through all these properties that it generated, and I went through and approved and disapproved. You can see this one. This has a really nice brick entryway. No one wants to ruin this nice house, this nice entryway with a deck. So I declined that one. Here's another one that I approved. Not ideal. It's in the driveway, but it gives some people an idea. So yeah, this is a cool backyard deck before and after.
Yeah, that's cool.
Pretty practical.
Yeah, that's cool. It gives you the visual if you've never
thought
pictured what it would look like.
Yeah,
Even if it's not 100% perfect, it gives you
Yeah,
the idea.
It's not perfect. It doesn't know exactly what it's looking at. So this doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But some of these are really freaking cool. This is my favorite property here. So it has some really nice pictures, big backyard. That is awesome.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. Let's look at more of these. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. Coming right off of this house here, we've got a beautiful visualization of what this house would look like with a deck behind it. So imagine you're a homeowner and you get a really nice manila envelope in your mailbox and it's got a folder in it. It feels expensive and crisp. And then you open it up and you see, let me go to the first one, you see something like this. You probably can't see it actually. I need to reshare my screen. Okay, you see something like this in your mail. And so what it does for each property is it gives me the preview, administrative view, so that I can approve, disapprove, make adjustments. And then it has a pretty little page here where I can preview what it'd look like as something mailed to you. And so we've got, we created a custom deck concept for your home, personalized preview. We have the address in here, and then we have a little bit of sales copy, an offer. You get a custom mockup of your home, on-site and design consultation, good, better, best, project options, material layout recommendations, written product budget. So you get this and you want to take them up on the offer, you can scan the QR code, which will be put here, or you can call or text. The phone number will be here. And so we have a little bit of urgency building, limited availability, or no risk promise, something to let the person know that we're here. So I chose here in the offer, if you do not feel the visit goes, gives you at least one valuable idea for improving your home, we'll send over a $50 dinner gift card as a thank you of your time. So it's like very risk-free, a strong offer.
Yeah.
The 4 variables I was trying to hit here with the offer, and this isn't an offer video, but I'll go into it real quick, was, value. What do they get out of it? They get a $1,500 design credit. They get somebody to come to their house, an experienced contractor, to tell them what it would take to build a deck. And then they want to know, another part of what you have to offer is, reduce risk. If they don't like it, we're going to take time out of their day. If they don't feel like it was valuable, we'll send them over a $50 dinner gift card. A lot of people probably won't even want that or ask for it. Like, they're not going to tell you, oh, this was a waste of my time. They're probably going to get value out of it if they responded to this. And then a little bit of urgency. They need a reason to respond now instead of waiting. And so we're saying we're offering this complimentary visit to only 15 selected homes this month. And so you don't want to delay because a lot of people are going to see this. So that is...
I like the QR code too, because if I got this, I wouldn't necessarily call right away, but if I could, find the website easily, look into it a bit more. I like that added comfortability. Yeah,
and I'm going to add more about, I have this for a specific business I'm working with. And so I'm going to, below all the offers, have, about me, about the business owner, talk about his family, just let them get to know who's making the offer so that they feel the homeowner feels a little more connected to who they're going to invite over to their home to see if, a deck makes sense for them. So that's what we ended up with. Before we show the code and everything and get into the nitty gritty of how I built this, and I'll kind of let you share any thoughts you have on this. We can talk about the opportunities this brings.
Yeah, no, I think it's awesome. I've gotten offers in my mail, but it's always like the Google Maps Street View photo of my house. I feel like if I saw the back of my house with like a customization made to it, I'd think that was cool personally. Also, I think like this exact thing could be used for way more than just decks, obviously. So any kind of like home builder project, like even a new HVAC system, you could show the render of, what it would look like.
Yeah, or a kitchen remodel. A lot of Zillow homes have, a picture of the kitchen or a bathroom.
Landscaping.
Yeah, landscaping. Yeah, landscaping would be huge.
Yeah.
And this generated, about 90 properties and mockups, and I accepted about 44 of them.
Yeah.
So about half, which we say all the time on this show, AI gets you 90% of the way there. I mean, it got us way past 90% of the way there. It just took me going in and just essentially I built like a swipe left, swipe right type of situation where it's like, I don't like this, I do like this. And then I was able to streamline it.
Tinder for decks.
Yeah. And so, that's what I was able to build. And this took, probably 4 to 6 hours of total time building and approving. And this would be almost impossible, unthinkable to build. This would probably be hundreds of man hours to make this work, especially if you consider the actual mock-up.
Yeah. Hey, I was thinking if this was like a product you were paying for, I could easily see $40 a month or so with like a limited number of renders.
To run a campaign like this, you would pay thousands of dollars to a designer.
Yeah.
And all that. So my plan is literally print all of these on my printer at home on like a nice cardstock paper, go to, Staples or maybe even Walmart, get some nice professional looking folders. I may go to a print shop and get folders with the company logo on them, and then print these on cardstock, slip them in there, and then just manually address all of them.
Yeah. Make it feel premium.
Yeah. And
not just spammy.
Yeah. And I'll probably get a photo of the owner's signature to put at the bottom of it after the About Me section.
The business owner, right? You're not forging the homeowner's signature.
Yeah, I'll get the business owner's signature, like, this has been approved by XYZ, or like, we'd love to work with you, that kind of thing. So,
yeah, nice.
So 40 of these offers. If this cost, say, $3,000 to $5,000, this would ROI with one conversion. So, because any of these decks will be, $10,000, and you'll get more work out of it as well. And so if it pays for itself, if your intro offer like this one pays for itself to get into the door, then it pays for itself because they know you got to talk with them. Even if they don't take you up on the deck, they have other projects that they're interested in. This is just an example.
Yeah, and they'll associate you with that like premium offer.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so I don't know how to code. I barely use a computer. Am I able to build this? And if so, let's see it.
All right, so let me pull up the project here. I have a lot of projects. So this is called Deck Mockup, in case you're wondering. That's what I called this project.
It's a really good name.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to open up the prompt windows and everything. First, it's going to be very daunting looking at this from a non-developer's point of view. Just be patient and know that anybody could do this. It just takes some time. Don't expect to get it perfect on the first try.
Yeah, a lot of it is do what the AI tells you to do, and also if you're not sure, just ask it, and it'll hold your hand the entire way.
Right. Okay, let me get this window prepped up. All right, deck mockup. Okay, so don't be scared. This looks...
Freaking out right now.
Yeah, you're freaking out right now. So this is Cursor. This is an AI coding agent. And what it does is you open a folder with this app. And you can go to cursor.com, download it. You could probably build this on their free tier. And on the right here is where I have my chats with my agent. And that's where I tell it what code, and if I ask it a question, this is where it answers. On the left is all the folders. And I have quintessential prospecting here. That is the actual application for me to preview everything. This is Zillow Deck Research. So the first thing I did when I started this, let me open all my chat. This is the first chat. So I hit this little icon all the way to the right to open all of the agents that I've ran. So to keep this from getting too distracting, let me make this take up more of the screen here. Maybe. Cool. So let's scroll all the way to the top. It's a lot. You can see I worked with this for a long time. There's a lot. So here's one of my first ones. Go through this list of houses for sale. So I went ahead and I went to Zillow and I got a link. I filtered down to all the houses that I wanted in the Zillow search. I pasted it and I said, go through this list of houses for sale. I pasted the link. For each one, download images of the house where the best place for a deck would go. So it's not only going to go to the website, it's going to actually look at the images on the website. It's gonna look at the website first, find a listing, and then look at the images of it. And then I said, put the images in a folder with the house address, add a metadata file with price for the house and any notes about the deck project. Build a master index file with a list of all the houses with links to the images. So let's look in here. So it did this for all of these properties here. Here we go. Metadata. So it put it in a JSON file. JSON just means like structured data. So we have our address, sold price display. So this one didn't even sell for $500,000. It was a little cheaper. A listing URL, source note. Photos are carousel thumbnails from the Zillow sold search results. It has a list of the images, projects note. So review exterior images for grade, doors still high. So it's like, this is like if you sent an estimator to look at the house, these are notes that they would take. And so backyard filter, I don't even know what some of this means. Zenova clip vit base patch 32 0 shot. So I'm assuming this is how it took the pictures or what it infers about the pictures.
Yeah.
It has labels for the property, local files cap. This is going to be very important.
Are you going to go through this whole JSON file?
No. Deck mock generation. So before we get into this, so the file didn't look like this because I just had it download the images. So after I had it do that, you can see browser navigate, like it's telling me what it did. It actually opened a browser on my computer and did all of this stuff for me. It created a script to do it. And so you can see it wrote all this meta.
All those metadata files.
This is it adding It gives me constraints, what was added under your project. So it tells me where everything is. And I said it stopped because it ran out of memory pretty much. So I said continue fetching the images. It kept going. So it took most of the runtime just to build the code to do this repeatedly. So you don't have to have AI run every time. You just need AI to run once to build a repeatable system to go and keep doing this. And so after it built the repeatable system, it did it for every property. So a bunch of metadata. It tells us what we did. Okay, update filters on this link to only include $700,000 to $2 million price. So it filtered them down further. It's giving me more links. It's writing code. And again, it's putting all its code over here in order to do this. I had to install some things on my computer. That's where this gets a little scary, but it's nothing that's it shouldn't do anything that messes up.
Yeah, well, you have to give the disclaimer, like, it could potentially do something bad. It's never done anything bad to my computer.
It's going to install software, like it's running, it's installing some, what would you call Node? Like a runner, like a thing to run the code for you. You probably already have a lot of these things on your computer already, honestly. But if you don't, it's going to install them for you. And then next time you do something like this, it'll be that much quicker. So it's writing a bunch of code. Again, this first run. So now I say write a script. So anytime you say write a script, this is the repeatable code that does something. So I'm saying write a script that takes images from properties, uses the latest OpenAI image model to create a photorealistic of the house, but with a deck attached. Use this prompt to generate the image. I should be able to specify how many properties to do this to, and it should only do this for properties that don't already have a deck. So I'm telling it to write a script that goes through all these properties, looks at the Zillow pictures, filters out houses that don't already have a deck, and then run this prompt right here over all of those images. And so it does that. It connects to OpenAI for me. It writes everything. The only thing I had to do, and it told me to do this. You'll notice in my folder structure, there's a .env file. That's where you put secrets. So if you had to get an API token, Jackson wants me to click on that, but I'm not.
I thought you're going to.
If you want an API token, or if you have to have an API token, that's where you would put it. The script, if you don't know anything, again, you just ask and it'll walk you through everything to do. So see OpenAI key. Then it runs all these scripts that it made earlier. Okay, and so by this time, I got some images and I made updates to the script. Update. And so what I did here, I remember this, I would take an image and put it in ChatGPT and then run prompts against it to test prompts. And then whenever I had a prompt that I liked, I pulled that prompt into here. And so with having two ChatGPT windows open, one to build the prompt and one to test the prompts, ChatGPT wrote this prompt for me, given what I wanted. So non-negotiable, do not change anything about the house itself. Do not alter the yard, trees, yada, yada. The original image must remain visually identical in the before version. So by this time I told it to do the befores and afters.
Yeah, I feel like this is important to note. Like you can't just say add a deck to this picture or everything's going to look weird. You have to give it very specific instructions.
Yeah. And so, and you can use AI to build the prompt. So you could tell it you're building a prompt and AI will help you build a prompt. But you can also, what I've done in the past is like you're building documentation for an image editor or a photographer or something like that. Like what would you tell a human to go do this for you? And so I got this prompt as if I was to send this to a professional, graphics artist or something. And then I had it write all of that out. And that's what we're going to send the AI model. And so then it takes that prompt and the other changes that I told it to make, and it updates code. There's a prompt. Here we go. Where do I put my OpenAI API key? And so this is a perfect example. So it searched everything and then it says, the script only looks for the OpenAI key environment variable. Nothing in this repo needs a .env file unless you wire that out for yourself. Common options, one-off command. So I could have put it inline or I could have put it in the env file. So you don't usually want to put the env variables or API keys in chat windows unless you're going to delete it later, in which case it's fine.
Yeah, because That's basically your username and password. And so you'd be sending that to OpenAI directly or whichever model you're using.
Yeah.
And then it's stored there. I keep waiting for Dylan to scroll over something and just see the token. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, it shouldn't be in here. But it's, again, like you ask it and it walks you through everything. All you have to do is accept that you're going to have to go through and read this and do it. It all depends on how bad you want to do this. And it's really not that hard. You just spend some time asking it for what you need to do and then doing what it can't do for you.
Yeah. Also, a lot of this is the agent's like thinking mode. You don't have to read every single thought, but if you scroll down towards the bottom, there'll be like bold text. That's really when it's like talking to you directly.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay, so I have the script running and I want to test it. I say run the script for the first 3 properties, include the mockup image in the index.html file for me to check out. And so an HTML file is just markup. It's code it's what a web page looks like. And so at this point, I want to see what the images look like, and I'm telling it to generate a web page that I can open. And so it's going through, you can see it's adding some styles, some CSS here, some HTML. You don't need to know what that is. It's just code to mark something up. It's automatically loading my .env file because it sees that it's there. It's running all the image generation. It's updating the code as it's trying to run it to fix itself. And you can see we're not even a tenth of the way through the chat. We won't go through everything, but this was the first, workflow. I had to build the scripts to generate all of the images. And so then let's see if we can find remove. So I told it to restart. So I removed all of them and I ran the script again. What properties don't have deck images? Download the deck context images for these properties now. Exploring backyards. And so next, let's look at the top of this one. Let's see what this chat is. Okay, so I started a new chat. I had generated in the first agent or the first workflow, I had generated all the code I needed. And so now I'm saying run the generate deck script for all the properties. I did that in one chat. It ran them all. And then I went to a new chat because you'll notice, look here, that is how much memory this chat has left. This memory used, this chat used a lot of memory. If we go back here to the very first one, you can see it's almost full. 74% of context used. That's why I moved to a new chat. This one I didn't use a lot. And then we'll go to the next one. So let's see if we can get to the top of this.
Yeah, and then just to add to that, the lower the memory used, the better responses you're going to get. Yeah,
yes.
Output. And yeah.
So the thing is, because we're in Cursor, it has context of all of these files over here. So it's not like you open a new chat, you lost everything. It remembers this whole master folder as a project. So it knows exactly what we're doing here. So I'm starting add mockup images. I said, okay, this project is growing a bit. Build a desktop app using TypeScript that will allow me to go through properties and make follow-up prompts to adjust any deck mockups. As I go through the mockups, I want to be able to approve photos to be used in the second stage, which will be a list of properties that we want to send offers for. And so that is the filtering by approved. And so it asked me some questions. I answered them. Most of if it's a technical question, just choose one. You're not going to choose the wrong option. I just chose one. I just chose an answer. I also use plan mode here. So you'll see that in the chat, there's an agent drop down. There's also plan, debug, multitask, or ask. Ask is I can write a prompt and then it won't write. I can guarantee it won't write any code. Multitask is it will spin off a bunch of sub agents, which means I ask it a thing and then it runs 5 things in parallel. Debug, I don't use that a lot. So I'm not going to go into that because I'm not going to talk about what I don't know. Plan mode is very important. So I ran this in plan mode. Plan mode guarantees that it won't write any code, but it will write up a plan based on your prompt. And it'll ask follow-up questions so that it can write a good plan. It's essentially, this is writing a prompt to write a bigger prompt. And it'll ask you the right questions in order to fill out that prompt more. So you can see, you can click on the plan it generates. And so scope confirmed. So here's my answers. I wanted to build it with Electron. I eventually changed that. And you can see it created a new folder. It gives me a little diagram of how things work. It's using SQLite, which is every local app on your computer uses a SQLite database. You don't have to worry about that. Express, you don't have to worry about that. That's just how you run That's how your front end, the UI, the user interface, talks to the back end, which actually does the work. The UI screens, we want a review list, property details, first queue, so which properties have been approved for offers, and then settings. So there's a settings screen. I don't even use that. Implementation steps. So this is telling itself on what it's going to do. And it's helpful because I can see what it's going to do. So I can approve this, edit it as I want to, and then you can see it's got to-dos to go do. So it tests itself, it builds the app and everything. So after I went through that plan and I approved it, it ran it. You can see we built that plan, 7 of 7 to-dos completed. This took a while. There was many times during this process I would hit run, I would go make myself a cup of coffee or something, come back, check on it, and then follow up with more prompts after that. And so all of this output from that one prompt, okay, I want to be able to run a prompt for each mockup image. So I was seeing an issue with what it built. And so this is me doing follow-ups on more features that I want. So I wanted to look at an image of a deck and then like, oh, this is like good, but it's slightly off. Maybe the deck covers the driveway or something and it's close enough to where I want to keep it, but I didn't want to just completely regenerate it. So I wanted to be able to generate one image at a time. And so it did that. It built that. It took a while. Okay, how do I build the app? I didn't know how to run it. And so now it's telling me run the desktop app by running this command. I can just copy it here. It tells me to make sure I have the env variable, which is our API key, so that we can call ChatGPT from an automated script. And here you go, I had an issue. I'm not seeing anything when I run the desktop app. It looked at the code and it made adjustments to code, obviously. And I said, I want to see the status of a property on the left-hand nav. It should update in real time. And so then it went and built that. So it's literally start with something and then just keep iterating on it.
Yeah. Keep testing it, see what you want changed, what you like, what you don't like.
Yeah, here you go. The unapproved button isn't working. Goes in, it fixed that. And then it gives me this command to run after it fix it. Make sure there's no horizontal scroll in desktop app. Okay. Add an option to deny a prop. And then I wanted another little UI change. Like if anything is a toil, like if anything is really annoying that you're finding like, oh, where's this button? Or I wish this button, I didn't have to scroll all the way here. Try to explain what you want and it'll figure it out for you. Here's another one. The Zillow link at the top of each property should open the user's default browser instead of stay within the app. So it was opening in the desktop app, the Zillow page, but I wanted it to open in my browser. Okay, then I said run this app, and then it just ran everything in the background, and then I kept going. I keep iterating on it. Okay, I was getting errors. It wasn't working. I diagnosed this one myself. A little experience helps here. But what I did was I said, make sure the env file is loaded. And then I copy and pasted. You can highlight output here and then you can add it to the chat and then it'll reference that. So that's super useful. Okay, here's where we get to the preview. Build a mailable preview for each property. The before and after image should be the front and center, then the other two images. So we did that. We saw that. So you can start to see, we saw the end result of this, but now we're starting to see in the code where it's all actually coming together, how we actually got there. And so then I thought the desktop app isn't really needed. I just want to open it in my browser. And so I said, remove the desktop app portion of this. It should just be a web app. Made it much more simple, less overhead, more requests, and then tweaking styles. And then I'm telling you, it had trouble pulling in the before and after. And so all the before and after images said before after in the file name. So I just said, just pull the before and after image for the mailable preview. And that's the end of that chat. And then today I was altering before this call a little bit more. I need to build a template that we can use. So actually I did this a few days ago and I just continued later. And then I wanted to preview the HTML. So I gave it an example one. It's just like, without having to go build stuff, I just want to see what you're going to generate. Add this address. Yeah. And so this is the last thing I said. Make sure that the mail preview, when exported to PDF or printed, all fits on one page. And that's the last thing I worked on. So I'm still tweaking this. Like, this is not done. I still want to make changes to it. I need to add the about text and like a picture of the business owner and the logo. But this is a solid start. And literally, guys, like 6 hours of work to generate these opportunities. And then once you get it done, that 6 hours is very high leverage, because now I could take this and say, hey, let's suggest this for kitchens and go do this.
Run it every week for like the new houses that show up.
Exactly. Yeah. You could set this up. We won't go into that. That'll be a different episode, but there's also Cursor Cloud, which runs it on a remote computer that's not yours. So even if your computer's turned off or shut down, or you leave home with your laptop, it will continue running at a given interval. And so that is that's deck mockup builder. We're going to be sending these out. I'm really excited to share the results of that, see if any of these converted and what we're doing to increase conversions, because we're probably going to hit these houses with more than one piece of mail. But the two main takeaways here that I learned was just explain what you want. Like, if you want to try something, just try it. Don't try to think through how to do it as much as just start trying it. It's just files on a computer, so you can just delete it and start over if it sucks, or you can keep prompting and keep adjusting. Cursor and Claude Code, all these agentic engineering tools are really good at understanding the folder that they're opened in. So you don't have to rely also on your chat history. We won't go into it a ton, but you can go look up, best practices for vibe coding, agentic engineering, and get into this more. But this is worth it. Like, if you're a contractor and you got a guy who wants to do like an office day once a week or something, throw them at this, and then you're going to find more opportunities, and then that person can grow their skills and get really good at this. But these kind of things are the future. I have an idea. I'm just going to go build a little app with it in probably less than 1/10 of the time it would have taken us 5 years ago. And we get to try things that are lower hanging fruit than they used to. We get to go do experiments that we didn't even think about doing before, because it wasn't even possible without tons of cash.
Yeah, for sure. And just like the mental energy, like you said, during that you would kick one off and go grab a coffee while it works. So it's not like as taxing on your mental as writing all that by hand either.
Yeah, there's no way I would have built this by hand.
Yeah,
At least I just wouldn't have time. This project would cost hundreds of thousands of dollars probably to build, if not, like, it would have been in the six figures probably to build this. But now you can spin it up and just see what works, build a proof of concept, and see if it works for your business.
Yeah, great job. I like it. It's a good idea. It's a good execution.
Yeah, thanks. And then, eventually we'll be sharing these. We would like to be able to do a demo once a week. That's a little difficult because some of it's client work. I can share this one because this is a partnership. I have another one that I'm working on in fact, as part of our product suite that we offer to our clients. We'll show that one off eventually. If you guys are interested in this kind of stuff, seeing how this is probably the most nitty-gritty we've gotten to show like what's possible with AI.
Yeah, bro, you were reading JSON files. That's about as nitty-gritty as it gets.
Yeah. So if you guys find this interesting, you want more in-depth tutorials like this, let us know. We would be ecstatic to have, I would be happy to do a vibe coding session with a business owners. Like, I got this problem, let's go do it. Like, let's just hack something together in an hour and let you take off. Or if you're just too busy and you're looking for somebody to go do this kind of stuff, me and Jackson are happy to take that on for you. It's not as expensive or hard as you think. Nowadays. Yeah,
no, I think everyone should at least try it, and I think you'll be surprised with what you can create for yourself.
Yeah,
once you get in there.
Yeah, I think our demo episode, our next one, should probably be like, how do you just set it up? How do you install Cursor or Claude Code, and then let's just build something very basic. This was a pretty advanced use case.
Yeah,
but I think that you should do like a 0 to 10 type of situation where we have a series of episodes where we're walking people through how to vibe code. If you've never done it before, you're getting out of the van at night, you had a long hard work day, but you want to grow your business, watch some NBA basketball while you're vibe coding.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about NBA basketball right now.
Yeah, I just watched the Thunder game. It was sad.
Yeah, game 1.
Yeah,
cool. Well, yeah, I think that's a good idea. Want to get like my brother or someone that doesn't have any coding experience at all, and kind of make him go through it and see what he's able to do with us kind of guiding him. So yeah, I might look into that.
Yeah, that'd be fun episode. Cool. Well, Jackson, if you don't have anything else, I'll close this out.
Yeah, do it. This is my favorite part.
Sick. Well, this has been another great episode of Infacto Daily. If you are a small business owner looking to see where AI fits in your business, go to infactodigital.com. We're doing a free webinar where we'll spend an hour and a half talking about real use cases like this one that we showed today, as well as how other businesses are using them to close more leads, get more work done without increasing headcount, increasing budget. And if you want news like this or tutorials like this in your inbox every day, we send a daily email newsletter, sends out at 9 a.m. Eastern, and you'll be one of the first to be notified whenever we have new content that is super valuable to small business owners like you. You're going to be the AI expert of your family, of your business. People are going to be asking you what the latest news is in AI. And Jackson, if somebody wanted to support the show, maybe they don't quite have a use case, but they wanted to support the show, they thought this was cool, what could they do?
Yeah, the best thing you can do, recommend this episode to one other person that you know that you think might find value in this episode.
Yeah. And the cool thing about recommending the episode is whenever somebody watches something you recommended and they learn something, you, the person who shared it, get credit. We get none of the credit, and it kind of sucks, but we're willing to do that for you.
They'll be like, wow, you have such great taste. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah. And then they'll forget about us, but that's okay. All right. Thank you, everybody. Don't forget, comment below. What would you like to see us do next time?
Yeah, do it.